Hey friends, we are back for our very last week of online learning. We did it, we worked so hard, and I'm so proud of you. Okay, so today we're going to compose and decompose some unit fractions. So I want you in your head, what is a unit fraction? Think about it real hard. What is a unit fraction? Okay, so if I wrote a fraction that looks like this, we have a 1 on top, and our denominator is 4, right? So for a unit fraction, we must have a 1 on top, okay? A unit fraction has a 1 on top, and our denominator is still our total number of equal parts. So if we're going to represent this fraction, we're going to represent it like this. We have one part of that whole fraction shaded in, right? Okay, so let's get going. Unit fraction, 1 on top, right? Let's look. We're gonna first compose. So compose means you're gonna put together the pieces, right? So if we had 1, 2, 3, and that's gonna equal, okay, how many pieces do we have of this total? 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, and how many total equal pieces are there in this fraction? Or in this picture? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is our denominator? Our denominator is our total number of equal pieces, right? So this is just one little piece of that, right? So this would be 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 gives us how many? 1, 2, 3. So let's shade in. That gives us 3/4, right? Okay, so we used our unit fractions to compose our total, right? So we had 1, 2, 3 unit fractions, and that's where we got the 3 on top. Okay, moving on. We're gonna go quick because y'all are so smart. So we're gonna pretend this is a rope, and we're gonna split this. I'm gonna split it into some equal pieces. Okay, how many equal pieces is this rope split into? Remember, you have to start over here just like a number line. So you would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you don't just count the marks where it's split, you start at the very beginning and go all the way to the end, okay? So this would be 1/5. This piece would also be 1/5. This piece would be 1/5. And this piece would also be 1/5. So how many unit fractions make up this whole rope? Let's count. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And we know for fractions, the same number on top and bottom equals 1. So that equals 1 whole. So we have 5 unit fractions make up this piece of rope. Okay, so we just composed and decomposed some unit fractions. Now, we're going to pretend we have this pizza. It's cut in 4 equal pieces. Okay, we have 1 piece shaded, 2 pieces shaded, and 3 pieces shaded. How would we draw unit fractions to represent this? How many equal pieces do we have? First, let's come up with our denominator, okay? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 4 is our denominator. How many pieces are shaded of this pizza? 1, 2, 3. And we know that our numerator is the question. It answers our question. It's what it's looking for. So 3/4. Now, let's draw this and represent it in a unit fraction, right? So we would have 1 piece, so that's 1/4, plus another one, right? Okay, so that's 2/4 plus another is, oh, but these are just ones, sorry. 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. That is each one piece of our pizza, right? And for unit fractions, what always goes on top? 1. That's right. Okay, guys, let's go on to our last example. Oh, we can do 1 or 2 more. Now we're going to decompose so we're going to pretend that that's a little bit more equal than it is, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces shaded in, right? So we have how many total pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that 6 go on the top or the bottom? Denominator, that's right. 6. How many are shaded in? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that numerator or denominator? Numerator, yep. So 4/6, and we're going to show this using unit fractions, okay? So then we would have 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6, plus 1/6. Do we have